Once again, we are live here from the National 45th, and it has been an excellent week to be all things a part of the National. But as you can see, Powers and I, we were in the back room by the pavilion, the autograph pavilion. They let us out of our cage, and now we are in just the official production that is just incredible. The National Creator Studio, presented by TikTok Shop, excuse me.
It's unreal.
And Alex Tressler, who's been on the show before as well, does a bang-up job on all things socials, covering the Philly show and, of course, the National, behind the scenes. A man that is making things a lot of things happen, because I see you shaking a lot of hands, Alex.
Yeah.
Great to have you, man. How you been?
I'm the fumes.
Yeah.
It's like they're gone.
Yeah.
Like, right? It's like I'm, the episode of Seinfeld when, Kramer gets in the car and just keeps driving to see how far it goes past, the fuel being empty.
Yeah.
That's you
Like,
right now.
I think I'm about to get out of the car and be like, I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. But no, it's been incredible. Like this week is our Super Bowl. This is for, all, collectors. Sad to see it pretty much be over, right? But looking forward to it.
So I was told in the morning meeting that nobody's been to more Nationals than Alex Tressler. How many, sir?
I think this is number 11
Wow,
for me.
double digits.
Yeah.
The best one.
Oh, without doubt.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it seemed like every company just upgraded themselves.
Yeah.
Not so much the National upgrading them. I think they all came in saying we need to do more to put ourselves more on the map, and everyone coming here. I mean, how many people? I don't know if you guys saw the line yesterday.
Unbelievable.
Around the building.
Did see it. They opened the doors early. Shout out to the folks from the National for the GA, because it was so long.
It was so long, and what the National did to help, those lines and everything else. I know, beginning with getting your passes and everything, you have tens to 20 to 30,000 people trying to do everything at once. That's why there's gridlock places, on the road. It's just the same thing with everyone walking around in here. So I think I really enjoyed seeing all the companies, creating the space here. It's like, I don't know what they do with all this stuff, all these builds and stuff in between. I only see them at like this big show. Like, they have a warehouse where all this
The
stuff
Mack truck rolls in, they unload, and next thing you know, you got Heritage Auctions with costumes that are $1 million set up right in front of you. It's
Unreal.
incredible.
They won't let me wear the Batman costume around.
Yeah, look. You put that thing on. I don't know if it's coming off the same way you put it on.
That's true.
A little frail, a little thin from back in the day, of course. Costume making has come a little way.
Adam West was a little bit thinner than me too.
thinner.
So,
all right, so many things that we can get into, but what's one moment that you will remember, like, a couple months down the road, reminiscent about the National 45th in Chicago? What's a moment that you'll be like, yeah, that's right, that happened at the National?
seeing Giannis walk around with his brothers, and it's not just that. He was protecting his brothers. When I say this, like, he walked through the crowd, he actually got behind him and made sure no one was coming up on him.
Wow.
Like, as the bigger brother,
Yeah.
Seeing that coming from, being a family person myself, and, I strive for family stuff. Yeah, I quickly could tell, he cared about them. This experience seemed like it was more of making sure they had it, because they all know that everyone came out to see him.
Yep.
But he wanted to everyone understand it's more than him. He's got brothers.
Yeah.
And from what I've been told, that his younger brother, the youngest, might be even better than him.
Really?
In the NBA.
Wow.
It's hard to imagine. I saw
know.
them interact with AI, the brothers.
Yeah.
And that was insane, dude. I just happened to be walking past, and all four of them were there hugging, and that's really cool.
I got to see him interact with Robin upstairs when they were signing and everything. I got to take a picture with Giannis, so I'm really pretty stoked about that.
Very
right?
cool.
He was interacting with Robin up there because they're big fans and everything, and they gave Robin a jersey that has all of them signed on it with their numbers and stuff, and it was a pretty cool interaction.
So earlier in the National, there was a day, and it might have been multiple days, that there was an upstairs event for military men and women, right?
Yes.
Can you touch on that and what we did?
So it's a hospitality room.
Nice.
AUSA, the Association of United States Army, and Autism Works actually have a hospitality room upstairs for any military veterans that possibly, have some PTSD, crowds and, overstimulated. Same thing with, individuals that might be on the spectrum and everything else. So, in these type of events, what do you do if you get, if all of a sudden something triggers you and stuff? I've always made tips in the past for the national and big shows, like go take a break, step outside, get a bite to eat, but you're still not able to come down. Like, if you step outside, you're on the busy streets of, Rosemont out there, you know, and the gridlock traffic out there. You're not really, and then you're running into, all the smoke, everyone's smoking outside. But so, through the national, we talked about it. Started with just PTSD is kind of because of my military background.
Right.
Turned into, Autism Works, that, the company came in and was just like, we want to help. Yeah. We want to create a space. So they have a space upstairs that has a couple professionals in there for people to come in. They can talk to if they need to, just relax, get off their feet. Because the best place to get off your feet here is the VIP lounge. And if you don't have that pass, you can't get into it. And that's why I said from the beginning, when those VIP tickets come out, don't hesitate, buy it. Because that's a whole different trade area during the day up there. But on top of it, it's a place to sit down. The military, a lot of people don't know, get in for free to the National.
Wow. Nice. Did not know that.
Yeah. That's great. All military dependents, veterans, if you have an ID card, you get in free. But that doesn't give you access to the VIP lounge.
Sure.
However, you're in the military, you have access to the hospitality room, another place, quiet, get to sit down, and everything else up there.
I love it because I have family members that are autistic, and then I also have my best friend. He's a Purple Heart Iraq war hero. We were at Disney, and the fireworks were kicking off, and we didn't know. He's not a fan of fireworks for obvious reasons. He during 9/11 he was active in the war, and we tried to get into a restaurant. They refused access to him. We couldn't believe it. Wow. So me and him hung out, watched the Mets in a bathroom while our kids watched the fireworks, and I chilled with them. But I was devastated. You don't think of those stuff until it affects you. So it's amazing that there's a room like that for him, his family, and his fellow military men and women. So thank you for that.
Yeah, you're right, Powers, when you don't think of that until it affects you.
Yep.
That's something that I would never think of. And forgive me, we met Travis. Was it Travis?
Yep.
Travis, who is on the spectrum autism, and he was such a super dude who, oh, by the way, will be back on my show when the Seattle Mariners are back in the World Series. We did wager. We shook hands on that one, so he's going to come back on the show. I'm a big Mariner believer now with Cal Raleigh.
And
Big Suarez, and Naylor coming out there. They don't have the pitching that I could really beat my chest, but a good price, so I took a little stab at it.
When I went to Dallas for the Dallas Card Show, my son, who's in the Army, followed in my footsteps, stationed at Fort Hood. We went to the Rangers game. They were playing the Mariners, and Cal Raleigh hit 2 grand slams that game. That was one of the games.
Wow.
He hit 2 grand slams.
Yeah. He's got 9 games, I want to say, where he had multiple home runs this year. He's just on depending on what happens with Judge, we don't know. Yeah. Could very well end up with the MVP. We'll see. But that's not good enough for me. I need team wins by the Seattle Mariners.
No, I think Brian Wu was into the 7th inning with a perfect game during that game, too. Nice. So, he had no ties to either team. We're just like, this has been great.
What I will say, though, the one thing about the National is I have just been completely off the grid from all things sports, right?
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know the preseason games for football started. I mean, I'm like, we're at dinner last night, and all of a sudden there's a game on TV. I did hear some information about Trey Lance, earlier this week.
He looked good.
Right? Yeah. And I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Yeah, I'm 100%. I'm disconnected. I'm just like, oh crap! Yeah. I got to start worrying about my fantasy football team.
Yeah, I'm getting text messages about the Phillies, what they're doing. But here's the deal: we are excited. We're heading down to Wrigley. My bucket list is being checked on that one. Can't wait. My first trip to Wrigley. Going to catch the Cubs and the Orioles. Of courtesy of our friends over at TickPick, who we partnered up with to bring us to the National. Can't thank those guys enough. Once again, download the app, tickpick.com. No hidden fees and the lowest prices around. We were talking about SummerSlam. Our friend just bought SummerSlam tickets. They were $25 cheaper than the other ones. We're not going to mention those names. You go to. Just go to TickPick. You won't go anywhere else. No hidden fees. Lowest price guaranteed. So O's and Cubs today. And some of the things I was looking at, we haven't had the most scoring in the last 2 games for the Cubs and Orioles. Cubs a heck of a lot better team than the O's. but the wind. Like I can't wait to get down there and experience this. Well, no, that's the thing. It's blowing in, and it's such a huge detriment to, of course, scoring, and it's historical. Like this isn't something new to me, but now, like, okay, as I'm sitting here. Like at Citizens Bank Park, when you're talking about Phillies and whatever game they got coming up at 7 o'clock, I don't mention the wind. I think if you are here doing sports talk radio in Chicago or a handicap in the game, you absolutely have to factor it in. So it's something new. Looking forward to experience it, man. Never thought I would say like the wind at Wrigley is ready to go.
I feel like Chicago's named the Windy City,
the Windy
right?
City,
right. It's kind of there.
Who would have thought? The Windy City.
Hello? Is this thing on? Yes, you are right.
You know that like out of what Coors Field is like Mile High Stadium, right? That's
I've been there.
Right.
Actually saw it under there too, so we didn't get what we were supposed to get at Colorado. You're right. You're right.
Water is wet.
The first time that I'm remembering something along the lines of like Wrigley Field, man, gotta watch out for the wind. So here's the deal. I hope it shifts a little bit and we get a little more offense.
We went to the White Sox Phillies game on Tuesday
Nice.
night, and I mean that was slugfest.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
How many people?
Oh, it was packed. I can't remember. And I kid you not. So a couple individuals went to the Monday night game, and they said it wasn't that much. That place was packed. I think it's because there was a special bobblehead that night that was happening. But I don't even know how much but the whole stadium looked crap. And the White Sox started making a run in the ninth inning. But I think Phillies won like 6-3 or something like that. Another Schwarbaum happened. It was my parlay hit.
Nice.
And everything. So
that's always a good thing.
Yeah.
Shout out Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, I really want to just decompress, watch a game, maybe have a Surfside, a little taste of Philly.
There you go.
And just enjoy ourselves.
Do you guys do any like the special foods from the different stadiums and stuff? Some places have some weird stuff and everything. You got to try it out when you're there.
I did see one guy that a friend of mine from Philly went to the White Sox game, and he had this massive milkshake. There was this graham cracker milkshake. Now, here's the deal. I won't lie to you, Alex. I got another child, so prices are a little more expensive than ever at these ballparks. So, I'm a little bit more reluctant to go into that world. But, when we're going to Wrigley, there's definitely...
We're going to try it all.
The hot dog. I will get it all and sample the goods, as they say. I'm looking for... Is there anything you recommend over there at Wrigley?
I haven't been there for 10 years, so...
Oh, wow.
I'm not 100% sure.
I'm told, I've never been, but it used to be Wrigleyville. Now it's Wrigley World because it's just so much
and
going on.
Tom Brady opened up a shop too over there.
Shop right across the street.
Yeah, we're definitely going to check that out. And then, if you ever make a Phillies game, the only thing I would say, the best sausage and peppers I've ever had.
Yep.
Right behind home plate, can't miss it. Best sausage and peppers in a ballpark. Not that much special, but that is
fries.
the one.
I still got it. That's a stadium I haven't checked off yet. No, I haven't.
When he comes to the Philly show, we're going to be putting some things in your calendar because we're definitely going to get out there on the golf course if we can make that happen.
Yep.
And then Phillies game mandatory because we're talking about postseason push then in September. Looking forward to that. As the man they call Tress. Is that your nickname? I didn't know that.
Yes, T-Rex, Tress,
T-Rex.
Army,
Dude, you pop up on my not just your own stuff. Like I'll see you with celebrities, with card icons. Like you're an icon yourself. But I smile every time I see you through my feed.
I
and it's not
appreciate
even
You guys
something
do a good
share.
job, man.
Yeah,
you guys do a great job.
crushing it.
Mac does a great job.
Yep.
Kayla, everybody here at the National. So welcoming, number one, but number two, get the job done and at a high level. Like I said, the content coming out of the National has been top notch. It's been great. Content creator's dream.
It is. It's nothing. Like the level that I'm at now. This is the Grand Poobah, right? This is the